Blast me to the mortal realms! It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer, issue 14, by Hachette Partworks and Games Workshop. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Stormbringer magazine review by Mad Merlins. Not only is this going to be a magazine review, but we're going to take a look at the folder that we received as our subscriber gift with this particular delivery. Now that we've gone through all 4 of the issues, we'll take a look at the folder afterwards. But before we get into anything, don't forget to, of course, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course check the links in the description, including the Mad Merlins Patreon, where you can support the channel from as little as £3 and help me create more mad content for you lot to enjoy. So, let's get into things. So, as you can see up front, we got the ogres, we got Manskewer Bolt Boyz, and we learn about the allies that help out the Stormcast Eternals. So yeah, let's get into this issue. Right, we'll take a look at the models first, and then we'll have a look through the contents. So, put that to the side, and we'll take a look at our new unit. So we got 3 32mm bases there. Pretty cool. And we have a unit of beast skewers. So these are more Uruk portable versions of the beast skewer killbows. They're often used to kill mainly human targets, smaller creatures, etc. like that. Yeah, looks a nice kit. There's a good few head options, so we can have a champion head as well. Got a couple of masks there that can help add a bit of personalization to them. Yeah, loads and loads of options for a nice small kit, and it is a full multi-part kit, so you will need glue to put these guys together. It's not push fit, so really cool either way though. It's nice to have another artillery unit for the Uruks. Something Uruks don't normally do is shoot. They like to just get in and beat stuff up. But the Crawl Boys are a little different, as we are pretty well known at this moment. But yeah, loads of intricate details. These nice scary faces that seem to be adorn every model, which is nice and cool. And yeah, just plenty of head options. There's even a little back banner one guy carries. It's pretty cool. I wonder if that's an optional extra piece. Got quivers here for holding extra ammo. Yeah. Let's see how these go together in the build guide. So let's take a look through issue 14. Here we have issue 14 then, and up front we got the big old fatties, the Ogre tribes. Easily one of my favourite old fantasy races. Pretty fun, really cool looking guys. So yeah, we learn about the Manskewer Bolt Boyz. We build and paint them, of course. So, forging alliances as well, Ogre tribes, collecting article for Manskewer Bolt Boyz, building and painting them, and a brand new playthrough called the Miracle Brew. So that shaman must be up to something. Right, let's have a look then at the Ogre tribes. The Ogre tribes have an unmatched hunger for battle. They see rival armies as fresh meat to be butchered and eaten. Ooh, not very nice. Yeah, they are humanoid in shape, but are about 8 foot tall, and could probably kill a man just by slapping him in the face. They follow what's called the Endless Feast, in which their particular deity drives them to consume more and more flesh and pots of blood and stuff like that. They're not the most civilized of the races. They are, of course, part of the Destruction faction. So we have Gutbusters, who are the biggest and baddest. We have Beast Claw ogres who ride snow beasts, such as the... I don't even name them. It just says monstrous mounts. Thunder Tusks and Stonehorns are some of the ones they ride, and I can't remember the name of the cavalry things. But yeah, pretty cool. There's other units such as the Iron Guts, who are heavy armoured frontline chargers, cannon bearing lead belchers who literally carry cannons around and fire them. And like I said, there's creatures that support them. There's the diminutive Noblars, who are a sub-race of Grots, predatory Yetis, and the fire-spewing Firebellies. Moving on then, we've got forging alliances. So this looks at how the Stormcast have forged themselves an alliance with all the other Order's factions. So the Stormcast Eternals are maybe strong, fearless and well-armed, but they cannot reclaim the realms alone. Their greatest weapons are the alliances they have made, both with the beasts and of Azir and beyond. So, some of the most notable allies are the Seraphon, who have just had a beautiful range update and new book. I'm working on my review for that, which is part of my after holiday stuff to be getting on with. The old Oaths restored, so the Fire Slayers and other Dwarden used to be allies of Sigmar, but when their god disappeared, they too went their own way. But they have since come back and proven to be helpful. Aid of the Enlightened, so the elves created by Teclis, known as the Lumineth Realm Lords. The reborn High Elves, who live in Haish. The Light from the Abyss, so soul-stealing Idoneth Deepkin. While they are Order, they aren't exactly everyone's favourite, but they will help out when the need arises. And probably my favourite of the Elvens races within the Order Alliance is the blood-stained Daughters of Cain. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice mix. There's the Witch Elves, there's the Melusai, which are half snake, half human. There's also the Chimerai, which are elves who have wings and now have the ability to fly, based very much on the old Harpy models that used to be. It was pretty cool. Yeah, one range I would like to get into if I had the time, money, etc. to spend on other projects, but I'm trying to keep my projects down as much as I can, especially with a new edition of 40k looming. But yeah, Seraphon are my next project. I've got the army box, and today, Saturday, the 26th, 27th, something like that. Their Battle Tome and new range has gone on for pre-order. So I might be picking up a few extra things from my local hobby store when they get them in. But that won't be for any time soon. I've still got, like I said, that big launch box to work on first. Moving right along, we have a battle profile for the Manskewer Bolt Boyz. Manskewer Bolt Boyz use scrap wrought crossbows and poison-soaked bolts to slaughter their enemies at range. These orcs are cruel, sneaky, and terrifyingly accurate. They ensure none can hide from the cruel boys' raid. Even the farthest flung foes are struck down in a hail of rusted bolts. So, Death Spikers are their weapons of choice. We got a trait you can roll for to show what they prefer doing in battle. And we got a tactic as well, how they like to go about fighting the enemy, whether they like to get a little bit closer or like to stay back as far as possible. We can name them using the Cruel Boys name chart, and then we got some tick off boxes for things you've done through the games. Next up then, we have our build guide. So like I said, these are multi-part models, so you will need to glue them. You start by gluing one body together and pretty much following and building them up as you go. So Bolt Boy Boss has the back banner there. And yeah, really cool looking models. You've got a unique particular helmet there as well. Now we're building the individual Bolt Boyz. So, gluing our second torso together, gluing the actual weapon and ammo together and the head. And our final one here, much the same as the previous one, so just gluing the weapon together, gluing the two halves of the torso, the front arm, front of the cloak and the arm there, the ammo quiver, then finally gluing the head in position. You've got them built, you will have loads of spare options left over, spikes, another crossbow for building a regular guy, clip them off, keep them safe. With your other spare pieces, you can use these on a future project to customize your miniatures when you're more confident with building models. So yeah, I'm guessing, much like with Mortal Realms, there will be eventually a objective tutorial to use your spare bits to create objective markers. And if not, I will definitely be doing something similar myself for you. Right, moving on then, let's look at painting our Bolt Boyz. So we got our usual gather your equipment, looking at keywords. So much like with units, keywords here are going to be like undercoating, base coating, shading, highlighting, etc. So it's a double tutorial almost. So, and we got an example here of painting dark to light, but I prefer to do light first, then dark afterwards. It's a lot easier, really. But it's nice to showing us a few advanced techniques, almost. So, to paint our models, we start off with that Orc flesh, painting all the leather with Catachan flesh, as well as the wood on the stock of the weapons, and the boss pole. Then moving on to pick out all the silver details. There's quite a lot, and some of them are fairly small, so just take your time. Your armor plates, helmets, various spikes and stuff as well. Then we're using Wraithbone to pick out the strings on the crossbows, any ropes that are holding pieces together, painting the banner and skull. Then we're using Mephiston Red to pick out those leering faces and studded armor plates. Then Corax White to pick out the shafts of the bolts. And there we have our finished models. And yeah, they look pretty good. Definitely need some more paint, but they are starting to look really good models. Can't wait to see how they pop up once we get some more colours, especially shades. Okay, so this is a rather interesting mission. So we have Xandire's Truth Seekers, and they're sent to hunt down a Kruleboy shaman and bring back a brew in order to create an antidote for the poison. So we do have a lot on the Orc side. We have 3 Manskewers, the 10 Gut Rippers, and the Beast Skewer Killbow. And on the Stormcast side, it is literally just Xandire's Truth Seekers. So we have our... excuse me. We have our battle record here for the Bolt Boyz. A reminder on how to use the pot grot. So the pot grot in this mission is used as an objective marker, in which case the Truth Seekers have to catch him and get them off the battlefield. So yeah, Taros, the Aether Wing, will be used to capture and transport the pot grot away. So then we got tutorials on how the turn goes. So Stormcast to get first turn. Then we got the Kruleboy turn. And our usual victory condition pieces there. And yeah, that's it for this issue. So let's take a look first at the back page, and then we'll take a look at the folder. So issue 15 is, like I said in issue 13's video, going to be probably the first issue I double up on. The Praetors look cool. It would be nice to have a max unit of 6, and as I have the spare model left over, because we have that extra champion, I'll build up another champion so I can run two units of 3. And one issue I'm looking forward to getting, mainly for my Underworlds boards, is the Primal Layer. So these are a set of Underworld specific scenery pieces that was released a while back. I don't think you can get them anymore, but it would be quite cool to pick up, and I'm definitely going to be using them more for Underworlds than I am for Age of Sigmar. Yeah, we got some nice background lore. We got learning about the cities of Sigmar and keywords, life in the realms, and we start learning about terrain rules as we have our first pieces of terrain. Right then, let's take a look at that folder quickly for you, just in case you aren't subscribed and you want to know what they look like. So it is just your standard sort of A4 folder, and on the inside we have our dividers, and we even have a handy almost contents list type thing here to show how each one breaks up. So we have our read article, which breaks down into Age of Sigmar, Mortal Realms, Order Destruction, Armies, Guides and Stories. So good to note that we won't be getting much information on the other races, which I think was kind of a downside to the last collection for Age of Sigmar. It did have a lot of issues that focused on the other factions. So it was death versus destruction, but death versus order, but it also spent a lot of time looking at chaos and destruction. It gave people a good choice, at least, to look into those once the collection is finished. I mean, we did get the expansion sets as well, the premium kits. They were quite nice. But it's nice that it's focusing mainly on just the collection itself. And we now have stories in here as well, which is pretty cool. Focusing on the armies and the guides to the Mortal Realms, which is that nice in-lore sort of book that's being written. So next up then we got our collection guide, so the realms, our journeys. So I'm guessing this is going to be sort of like a linking battles together to create a story. The different battlefield layouts we're going to be having, armies of order and armies of destruction. Build and paint sections, which are pretty much straightforward. And then our tutorials, so our play guides, so tutorials, core rules, battle plans, and of course war scrolls once we get there. And each section is divided up with one of these dividers, looking really nice. It's nice that they're full pieces as well, because the previous lot used to just be small tabs and they used to bend and tear quite easy. These are a little bit more durable. So yeah, details what each section is. And nice artwork on the back of each one as well. And I'll definitely use at least one of these folders, but I'm going to be cancelling my others. If I pull these out, we have a beautiful shot here of the Cosmos Arcane. A little bit of information about realm gates as well, and the realm spheres, which of course the term for each of the different realms. So yeah, really cool. The 8 points of chaos in the center, and each branches out into the 8 individual realms. So Azir, Haish, Ulgul, Shaish, Akshi, Chamon, Gur, and Gairan there. So yeah, nice. We got a little bit of information on the inside of the folder, and we got that map of the cosmos itself. So I think that's long enough. So I'll bring everything back in for this particular issue. So there we have issue 14 of Stormbringer, and a really good issue. Bolt Boyz are quite nice kit. Nice paint guide for them, and I'm really looking forward to how they improve them in the future issues. Some nice lore, and nice that we're getting a bit more advanced with our paint guides as well, which is kind of cool. It's got that little tutorial at the beginning about learning about your keywords for painting. So it's kind of a prelude to issue 15's tutorial for keywords on units, which is nice. And yeah, all in all, just a nice little issue, some awesome models. And I covered the binder just for those of you who haven't subscribed and aren't going to get a binder in your collection. This is your second free gift I think we get with our subscription. Yeah, first one was the toolkit. This one was our second subscriber gift. We still have the mug. We have the special orc stab boss. Kill boss, not stab boss. There's a stab rock. Special orc kill boss. A paintbrush set, and I think there was one other. I can't remember. The mug. I think that's it. The mug, the character, and the paintbrush set is still to come. But yeah, you do have the option to contact Hachette and cancel any future folders, as they are kind of pricey. Just pick yourself up a cheap one from Smith's or Power Stretch or something like that. They might not hold as many issues if they're a bit on the thinner side, but if you get a nice thick one like this, you can hold around 20 issues in each folder, which will be quite good. But I'm just going to be getting the one, and the rest will probably end up storing in a box or something. And once I've finished reading them, of course. So let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below, and let's have a good natter about the Immortal Realms. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to, of course, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to keep up to date with all my other mad content via my social medias. And I will see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.